Yo, what's going on everyone? New setting right now. I'm gonna give you 5 top tips to improve your beatbox instantly. So jumping straight into tip number 1, which is gonna be related to your timing when you're beatboxing. So I personally don't have fun that much beatboxing with a metronome. So my first tip to you is to beatbox along with music that you enjoy. Because if you beatbox along, you are on metric timing. And it will also be really fun. It also helps expand your variety, to be honest, because you will try to imitate the sounds you're hearing. But most importantly, it's going to improve your flowing and your timing, especially if anybody tells you that the timing seems off. Because if your timing is great, you probably won't receive many critiques about that. So beatboxing along with music is my tip number 1. The second tip I've got for you is to establish the snares. Follow and lead with snares. So in order to do that, you want to try and find out the snare pattern for all the genres that you want to beatbox. So for example, a drum and bass beat sounds like dum da 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 da. So the snare, the in this scenario. So the beat's running in your head, but the snare sounds like this. Listen. These will be the kicks. So 3, 2, 1, go. And if we was going to do it in a, let's say a trap beat, it'll be like this. If you can stay on these snares, your beatbox will sound really perfect and flowy. Do, do. So you want to listen to all the music that inspires you, listen to the snare, and then recreate the snare, same timing, same position in that genre. Also try and do it with the kicks too. Kicks is kind of more up to you and your placement, kick drums, but it's very common that it's on the first measure of a bar. So in other words, if you was going to beatbox a genre, it's likely you want to start with the kick. So a hip hop beat. Boot. Boot. And that with snares would be add the kicks. This way you'll understand how to beatbox multiple genres. So if there's a genre out there that you're curious of, go and search some music in that genre and figure out the snare pattern. Look to recreate it. Once you do the kicks and the snares, you can add any sounds that you want. I'll create one for you right now, a hip hop beat. So I'll go snares, then the kicks and snares, and then I'll add effects. You know, then you place the sounds in. But the standard flow is gonna improve you instantly. Now, this goes to more advanced beatboxers. Listen to subgenres, genres inside genres, and find weird kick and weird snare placements that you can learn to template into the way you beatbox. Listen to this weird one in drum and bass, which would be we can start placing things in after that. Okay, tip 3 for you as a beatboxer. Try not to copy the most common sound effects that you hear in beatbox in current days, because then you will sound like possibly more advanced beatboxers than you, which gives you less opportunity to stand out. Now, this is only if your goal is to stand out as a beatboxer or achieve something original. These are really good goals though. If your desire is to imitate and learn everything, then continue to do it. But if you want to put pieces out there that are your own, there's so many sounds, and there's trends in beatboxing like there is with music. A lot of people get caught in similar sound effects. So I could say right now, 2023, there's a lot of duck noises, or this sound, polyphonic sounds. Now they are all great, but you don't need to lead with that style because there is so many sounds. Figure out the ones you like by listening to other beatboxers. Figure out sounds you like in music, imitation of instruments or sound effects. There's ways to achieve them by playing. And a really, really good tip for you on this is to go and listen to beatbox from previous years and find sound effects that you're enjoying and try to recreate them ones. Somewhere out there you can figure out the names of sounds, then you can look for tutorials on them sounds. I would say that it's important to have a bit more variety in your sound effects and not just copy common sound effects. Okay, tip number 4 is a pretty big one, is the ability to learn how to breathe in your beatboxing, and just as importantly, allow your breath to be sounds and not just breath noise. So inward sounds for your inhaling and outward sounds for the exhale. So I got this lip oscillation. It's a lip bass with vocal that allows me to breathe out. And I got K snare. It brings me in air. Your lungs, your air capacity is like a seesaw. So to be able to breathe effectively in beatbox and also make it sound better is try to avoid this. The sound of breath can be replaced with sounds as much as you want it to. So I'll show you with a meter here. That's outwards and that's inwards. So right now my breath is here. So we use the sounds to breathe in and out all the way. So think about that. That's already at the advanced stage. Think about where you're breathing. Sometimes you might find an extra little sound to place in the way you beatbox, just so you sound better instead of breathing. All right, final tip 5, quite an obnoxious one, but I stand by it so much. Just to remember that sometimes no sound or no noise is the best noise. Be patient, composed, and allow space and time in the way you beatbox. It really oozes confidence, shows off your good timing, and it allows the listener to just relax and breathe. And non-beatbox ears will definitely appreciate that. If you fill your entire set with sounds and noise from start to finish, it can become a little bit exhausting to hear. So here's a full beat. It's good, if you're good. But sometimes it can be a little bit more stylish and you will benefit a lot if you are capable to pause. Like this. All those little pauses. And just to add to that no sound, I wanted to say the amount of battles that I believe I've won over the years because I prioritize silence is huge. You also create a great atmosphere when you're performing live on stage. So that's a big tip. All right, so they're my 5 tips right now, help you improve instantly. And they are for beginners, intermediates, and there is tips not to miss for advanced high-level beatboxers there as well. Cheers for checking it out. See you in the next.